Hello everyone! In this video, I will explain material about Introduction to Cultural Studies. Do you know cultural studies? Cultural studies, as the name implies, studies, not cultural studies, which contain the meaning of study which has a single meaning, contain the meaning of cultural studies in a broad and multiple sense and scope. As the start hall said, cultural studies has multiple discourse. It has a strong background in various disciplines and it dedicated to explaining contemporary social reality. Social Dove, which originated at the University of Birmingham, also known as the Birmingham School, does not distinguish between multiple versions of knowledge. Social thinkers seek to answer this claim by combining theories and methods from various disciplines to better understand and represent social reality in contemporary society. Culture is not thing within the system, rather is it a collection of transactions, process, mutation, practice, technologies, and institutions from which things and events such as movies, poems, and word wrestling about emerge to be experienced, lived out, and given meaning and value in various ways within the unistic network of differences and mutation for which they rose. And then in the field of religious studies, there are various approaches that can be used to comprehend and analyze religion. Some of the most common categories include historical approach. This involves examining cultural phenomena in their historical context to understand how they have been revolution over time and then influence of historical event and culture. Structuralist approach. This approach focuses on the basic structure and system in culture, emphasizing the pattern, codes, and intuition that shape meaning and the practice. And then the next is semiotic approach. Semiotic approach explores the sign, symbol, and meaning embedded in the culture text, analyzing how these elements communicate and create cultural message. And then Marxist approach, derivative of Marxist theory, this approach examines culture through the lens of power dynamic and class struggle and economic relation, highlighting the culture reflect and perpetuate social inequality. And then next is feminist approach. Feminist studies for religion look at religion through a gender lens, focusing on how gender representation and ideology influence religion production and practice. And then the next is post-colonial approach. Post-colonial studies critiques colonialism and imperialism, investigating how colonial history influenced religious identity, representation, and dynamic power. The next is cultural materialism. This approach emphasizes the material condition and economic force that shape culture, protecting their relationship between learning, society, and political economy. These approaches are often interrelated and can be used together to provide a comprehensive analysis of cultural phenomena in an introductory cultural study course. And then the adult interdisciplinary look at the phenomena of the culture, literature, media, art, language, and the practice therein to understand the language and meaning produced and transmit in society. This function include the first is critiquing power structure. Religious studies examine how power function in religious texts and practice, emphasizing inequality and promoting social welfare. The second is analyze media and popular culture. This study helps to understand how media and popular culture shape identity, belief, and behavior, as well as how they determine social norm and value. And then the third is exploration of the identity representation. Religious studies examine how identities such as race, gender, sexual orientation, and class are conducted and spread in religious texts and practice. And the fourth is examining globalization and religious practice. This study explores how religion interact with and impact the world at large, including issues of hybridity, religious imperialism, and globalization. And the fifth is as a culture analyze cultural artificial in historical and social context to understand their production, reception, and impact, investigate historical and this context. And then, in general, religious education aims to strengthen theoretical thinking and awareness how the complexities of the religion shape and are shaped by society at the large. Okay, guys, I think that's all. Thank you and see you.